You've been scrolling on Instagram for 6 hours straight. You simply can't get yourself to hop off of it. You find yourself opening it again and again and again, and you can't even remember what was the last thing you saw on it. You continue scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. It's 1, 2, 3 a.m. And the worst part about this is that you make excuses on why you still have it. You're like, oh, I have people that I want to message on there. I have my mom and I have to message this guy and this guy. And you make dumb excuses just to keep Instagram on there. You know that you don't need it. You know that you don't get any benefit from it. And it fucks up your mental health, yet you don't do anything to help yourself. For the longest time, and especially today, social media is more addicting than ever. The creators, the developers, every single day they work to make it more and more addictive. To keep you and everyone around you hooked on to their phones, just wasting their time. Giving themselves a little bit of pleasure, just scrolling, I want to see what else, I've seen what else is next. I want to see, maybe this video is funny. Giving them a false reality, making them think that they're happy. And the worst part about this is that this was me. This person that couldn't stop scrolling on social media, I just found himself closing it and then opening it back up again. It was me. It was fucking me, and it's a lot of people nowadays. This is truly sad. I even remember when I first heard of Instagram all this, I thought it was cringe and useless, but nowadays even your freaking grandma has social media. And the worst part about this is that most people don't realize the negative effect that it has on their lives. You must delete Instagram. And I say this because social media only makes people more depressed and less disciplined. 2 years ago, when everything went to shit, when COVID hit, depression rates and cases of depression, they skyrocketed, as well as the use of social media, and this is no coincidence. Many teens, kids, teenagers, they reported and they mentioned themselves that they felt more depressed and they used more and more social media, and they were victims of a lowering of their self-esteem. Why? Because of so much usage of social media and how bad and negatively it affected their freaking mental health. Because simply, what people simply do not understand is that whenever you scroll and scroll and scroll on social media and you look at all these profiles, you like this, you see these comments, and you see this guy's car, you see this guy's physique, you see this other girl's house, you subconsciously lower and lower and lower your self-esteem. When you see all these people with a higher status than you, or at least they make it appear like they have a higher status, you subconsciously lower your self-esteem, and you know this. You compare yourself to these women, you compare yourself to these men. And this may sound like BS, but this is human nature. Human nature is a hierarchy. Just like millions of years ago, thousands of years ago, when we used to live in tribes and there was a hierarchy from fittest to least fit, this is the same on social media. Whenever you look at all of this, you trick your subconscious mind into thinking that you're lower, and you start seeing yourself as less valuable. You lose respect for yourself, and you don't have any good self-esteem. You don't even take care of yourself anymore. You don't shower, you don't work out, you don't do anything for yourself. You don't have a good diet. And this is what's killing so many people today. This is what causes depression, anxiety, so many psychological issues today. And the crazy thing is that not only this, but social media encourages us to focus on instant gratification. We waste so much time on it, and we're so freaking addicted to the point that we defend it. Like, so many people defend it, they cope and they say that, oh no, I need social media because I find so many things, I find so much knowledge there that might help me in the 10 years from now, to 30 years from now, once I'm 50 years old, about to retire. I need to message my mom, my grandma. Oh, it helps us become interconnected. No, we fucking don't. You're not gonna tell me there's a single benefit from using social media. Many people like to cope and be like, oh, it helps us connect with different cultures and this. Shut the hell up. You know for a fact that social media, ever since social media has skyrocketed, ever since everyone is using social media, we have become less connected than ever before. More antisocial people, more people start to become antisocial because of social media. We become less connected in the real world where it actually counts. And you're not gonna tell me that you're learning something super productive, because no, you're not. You're never gonna use that knowledge. And even if you were, you wouldn't be looking for it on social media. I could literally ask you right now, what was the last thing that you saw on social media? What was so important that you saw on social media? You couldn't even tell me. We become robots we become literally freaking slaves to all this overstimulating content, to the point that we're just robots. We literally pull out our phone subconsciously every single day, because this is true. 80% of the time, you pull out your phone subconsciously. You don't actually have a purpose. You're not actually gonna text anyone, and you're not texting anyone on social media either. If they were actually that important in your life, you would have their phone number. Stop lying to yourself. And I'm speaking to you, a young masculine man that actually wants to improve himself, that is tired of being controlled by all this bullshit that you find on social media, of wasting your time, and you actually want to make a change in your life. You don't want to feel depressed anymore, and you want to be better. Learn to sacrifice these small pleasures that you can get from social media. Delay gratification. Use this time to focus on something productive. Hitting the gym, building muscle, building a physique that you're actually proud of, building a business that's gonna make your life so much better in the future. Because this is the reason why so many people are depressed and they're antisocial nowadays. This is the reality. Because simply imagine that you were to actually make a change in your life. That you were to actually put away social media. You deleted Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever the frick you use. And you use this time on something productive. You started meditating, journaling. You started speaking to more people, stepping out of your comfort zone. You started making more money. You started hitting the gym, and then you looked in the mirror and you were happy because you saw the progress. And you're happier than ever before. Unlike most people who would just click away and they'll continue scrolling, overstimulating themselves on social media because it's easier. However, in the future, this will catch up to all of these people. Because it might seem insignificant in the moment, because you might be overstimulated and you want to talk to this friend and you want to do this and you want to do that. You want to look at this porn star or whatever. But in the future, this will catch up to you. And these people will look back to the moment that they saw this video and they will realize that the choice that they made here right now was a bad one. Unless maybe you can be different. Maybe you can make the better decision and actually be different from all these people that become robots, depressed and lonely. Do it for your future self.